Hello everyone, welcome to Southern Wreaths. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I made this purple and yellow spring summer wreath. These are the supplies I used to make this wreath. I do switch out the solid purple for yellow. I'm going to start by adding pipe cleaners to my 14-inch wire frame. And I'm just going to add a pipe cleaner at every crossbar for the 2 center rings. And I do this going all the way around. And I'm twisting 3 times, and I'm doing it pretty tight. I don't want a loose tie. Once I get the center done, I'm going to move to the outside. I'm just going to pick a random crossbar to start at. I go around the 2 outside rings, and I twist it 3 times. And then I lay the pipe cleaner along the frame, and where it ends is where I add my next one. When you're twisting the ones that aren't at crossbars, don't twist too hard to where the frame bends together. But you want it tight enough to where it's not going to move. And then I do that all the way around. And I'm going to use this white 21-inch mesh as a base. I'm just picking a random place to start. I'm going to attach it to the frame with a zip tie. And I kind of tuck it to the back before I attach it. And that's just so when I trim it away, everything's smooth and flat. I don't want anything poking up through the front. And you don't always have to use white. I know I tend to lean more towards a white base, but it's just easier and it kind of goes with everything. Alright, I'm going to start by making poofs, and I'm doing 12-inch poofs. And I'm just using my mat to help me measure it. And I'm just going to twist the tie once because I'm adding more to it. A twist and a half just to keep the tie secure. Sometimes when I do just one twist, it'll pop in. If that doesn't happen to you, you don't really have to worry about it. And I do like to fluff the poofs as I go. Alright, so once I go on the outside, I'm going to put all of those ties out of the way and then open the center ties. And then coming up to my closest pipe cleaner, I'm going to pull the mesh up and twist it once. And this is just to start the center. I'll continue making poofs around. And then when I get to my last poof, I'll open the first pipe cleaner I used and add that in, and that makes a seamless circle. And then I'll just trim that away and push it to the back. And I usually just press apart the 2 poofs right there and put through. And then I'll attach that with a zip tie. And then trim everything away. Alright, so there's the base done. And now I'm going to cut this really beautiful purple mesh. It's kind of an ombre metallic. It's really beautiful. I'm going to cut 14 pieces at 24 inches each. And I just use my mat to measure that as well. And I do like to push it away from the one because it's easier to cut and it keeps from getting lines in the same place over and over again. I'll use a number that I favor and cut on it for a while until I see that it's leaving a divot, and then I'll move to the next number. So to make my ruffle, I put something heavy at the end, and now I'm just going to gather it in my hands. Luckily this mesh didn't fray that much, so I didn't have to fold the ends that much. I'm sure I did here and there with some of them, but for the most part I didn't find it necessary. I do open my ties to add in my ruffles. You don't have to do that. It's not a necessary step. So after I add it in there, I get it centered, I twist it once, and then I kind of spread it out to make kind of a circle. And then here's my last one. And this purple is so beautiful. It really pops off on the white. And I'm twisting once because I'm going to add ribbon. My daughter colored on my my cardboard ribbon cutter. So I like to use a 12-inch piece of cardboard to help me cut my ribbon, and I just wrap it around as many times as I need it. I don't usually go over 7, and you know, if I need more than 7, I'll do it in batches, because it'll get so thick that your ribbon won't be the same length. And then I just slide my scissors in there and trim it away. And then I do like to dovetail my ribbon, so I'm going to take a few pieces and fold it in half and cut from the wire to the crease. And I'll do this with all of my ribbon. I just think it gives it such a pretty look. These are the ribbons I decided to use. I switched out the purple for the solid yellow. I just thought it needed a little bit more yellow in it. So I'll go through and stack the ribbon the way I'm going to add it to my wreath. It just makes it easier. And then I'll fold it in half, find the crease. Then I'll pinch at the crease. I'm not opening my tie. I'll just lay it on top of the tie and then twist it 3 times. I like to roll down my pipe cleaners with either a glue stick or a pin, and then I'll fluff my ribbon. This time, because I'm adding a big circle sign to the center, I didn't make an X with my ribbon. I'm just kind of fanning it out to one side, and you'll see that I do that going all the way around because the sign is so large and I didn't really want a lot of wasted ribbon underneath it, but I definitely wanted a lot of ribbon. If you were going to add just a regular sign, you wouldn't need to do your ribbon that way. But it is a great way to use big signs on a smaller wreath without losing all of your pretty ribbon. And I am kind of going like purple, yellow, and I do that all the way around the inside. And then I switched it on the outside. And I did the exact same thing to the outside ribbon as I did to the inside. Just kind of fanned it out. And this is what it looks like before I add my sign. So to add my sign, I'm going to use E6000 and hot glue. I use Gorilla hot glue. I accidentally busted my E6000 when I was trying to push this stuff up, so I'm just using a little stick and putting little stripes on it. And then I add the hot glue to my actual pipe cleaner. You need to let this dry for a long time. I suggest overnight. You could also use wire through the little holes instead of doing this, or you can just put pipe cleaners through the holes. And then I just add glue over top of the pipe cleaner once I get it in place. And that's what it looks like when it's done. And like I said, I leave it to dry. And then to add it, I'm going to feed the pipe cleaners through to the back and attach them. But I like to do them in a cross, so I start on one point, and where I add that, I'm going to go straight across, and then I'll do the other corners. Just makes it where you can have more control of where your sign lands. And I'm wrapping it around the wreath frame, and I do it about 3 or 4 times once I'm happy with where it's positioned. And then at the end, I'll go back through and hide all the pipe cleaners. This sign's pretty heavy, so I wanted to make sure it was high enough. So I did kind of have to pull tight. I just thought everything on this wreath just came together perfectly. How there's polka dots in the sign, and I got the polka dot ribbon, and there's daisies, and there's daisies in the ribbon. It's just really pretty. Alright, that's what it looks like when it's done. I did decide to go and add daisies to it after the fact. But I didn't record that, but I just did that by adding a pipe cleaner to it and wrapping it around the frame with hot glue. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and if y'all learned anything today or liked my video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.